chapter begins with the principal of Stardom Schools walking onto the podium from the back of the assembly hall. His gait is unusual, and this shocks the students. As he grabs the microphone from the chapel prefect, he attempts to speak, but no words come out. Instead, he begins to cry in front of the perplexed students. The vice principal, Mrs. Grace Appa, steps forward and, after inquiring about the problem without receiving a response, instructs the chemistry teacher, Mr. Justice Annabelle, to conclude the assembly and dismiss the students to their classes. Once the students leave, the vice principal, joined by the school nurse and other staff members, leads the principal, now referred to as Mr. Bipo, to his office. They continue to ask him what is wrong, but he continues to weep uncontrollably for over 30 minutes. Soon rumors about the principal's breakdown begin to circulate among some parents. As the vice principal's phone starts ringing with calls of concern from the parents, she feels compelled to contact the managing director, MD, Mrs. Ibiden Gloss, who is attending a function outside the school. The day had not begun on this tearful note. Earlier, the school management had announced a reduction in boarding fees as a strategy to reduce lateness among students. The fees were lowered from $250,000 to $165,000 per session. This initiative encouraged 80% of parents to enroll their children in the boarding house and led most students to arrive as early as 7:45 a.m. for the morning assembly. Interestingly, the parents did not complain when the fee for excursion. That morning's assembly had followed the usual routine. That day, they sang the second stanza of the national anthem, "O God of Creation, direct our noble cause," as they usually did on Tuesdays and Thursdays. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, they had their normal Christian and Muslim prayers, along with the first stanza of the national anthem. After the anthem, an SS1 student, Ikena Egbu, was invited to deliver a speech about an excursion to Jos he had just participated in. His vivid description of Jos's beauty and cool, inviting weather earned cheers and applause from the students. Following Ikena's captivating speech, the students and staff expected the principal to commend him. Known for his 24 years of service, Bipo was highly respected by his employers, parents, and other stakeholders for his ever-burning passion to see his students grow in all ramifications, and was expected to be on top of the world after this speech. They were all eager to hear something special from the tall, light-skinned principal. Nicknamed the Lekki Headmaster for his humorous imitations of characters from the old TV drama Village Headmaster, during his time as headmaster of Stardom Kiddies. But Mr. Bipo's silence and distress left everyone stunned. The ND promptly returned to the school. After being informed of the situation, she was shocked, especially since the previous day. The school had celebrated an impressive 90% success rate in the West African School Certificate Examination (WAS). Teachers had been rewarded with snacks, bottles of wine, and $20,000 each for the SS3 teachers. The ND arrives at 9:30 a.m. and summons Mr. Bipo to her office to understand the issue. However, he remains unresponsive and begins to weep again. The ND invites Mr. Opwand, the physics teacher, who is also a pastor, to speak with the principal. He stoops beside the principal and tries his best to find out what is wrong, but after 10 minutes of gentle probing, he gives up. Pastor One suggests contacting Mrs. Bipo. Bipo gives them his wife's number, which is an international number. They dial it, but it does not go through. The ND suggests sending the principal home, but Pastor One objects as he believes that leaving him alone in such a state might be unsafe. The MD, worried about the impact of this dramatic incident on the school's reputation, decides that Mr. Bipo should be escorted home. She directs the school's guidance counselor to accompany him to ensure his safety and well-being. Chapter 2. After 5 days, Merbipo eventually reveals that he is leaving Nigeria for the United Kingdom, as he can no longer withstand the pressure to relocate. His foot dragging over the matter had pushed his marriage to the brink. He did not want to leave his students, but his family was also keen on his mind. His 2 children, Nike and Kike, have also joined forces with his wife to force him to relocate. He had spent 4 years as the headmaster at Stardom Kiddies, the nursery, primary arm of the school, and the rest of his time as the principal at the secondary school. It is his years at Stardom Kiddies that earned him the nickname, the Lekki Headmaster. The name was actually used first by Mr. Adu, who joked about Merbipo's humanistic and empathetic disposition, which allowed him to resolve conflicts amicably. He said, "The way the headmaster masterly resolves these fights reminds me of the way King Aloja in Village Headmaster resolved all the roforofos brought by his chiefs and villagers. So, as they had their own village headmaster, we also have our own Lekki Headmaster, even after Bipo became the principal of the secondary school. This nickname stuck. Many of Mr. Bipo's colleagues found his reaction to his relocation abroad extremely funny, as it is surprising to see someone who had the golden opportunity to relocate abroad be reluctant to do so. His wife Sari is a nurse and is earning up to £10,000 per month, and Merbipo got a teaching job that pays about £3,600 and other entitlements. All of these would provide him a life that is much better than the one he has in Nigeria, where he is paid only about £400,000 per month. Merbipo's colleagues discuss all of these amongst themselves and criticize his reluctance to leave. Bipo planned to retire from Stardom at 55, which is still 4 years away. He had plans to become a business owner and to develop fellow men and his country. Bipo also thought of establishing his school. He recalled what he had learned in one of his entrepreneurship seminars about the importance of starting small. He also knew that it was better to build a school in a place where the residents could afford the kind of education he would provide. He remembered establishing a neighborhood school, Fruitful Future, with a friend shortly after his national youth service. It turned out unsuccessful because the parents in the area could not afford the school. He thought about other business ventures like farming, food and sachet pure or bottled water businesses. He especially considered the commercial transportation business, as he believed that someone with minimal capital could begin it, and that it would begin to make money as soon as the vehicle was purchased. However, he was wary about the stories he had heard about how many commercial drivers are untrustworthy, as they come up with different stories so that they can keep the profits for themselves. But Bipo still kept this option open, as he is reminded that if big companies like ABC and God is Good Motors could operate successfully, there is still an opportunity for him. However, now he has to set aside those dreams, as he would be relocating to a new environment where he would be earning more and sharing a new life with his wife and children.